Okay, it may seem like some silly commentary or maybe a little bit of a jab, but I'm wearing a Twitch shirt just completely ironically to making this video. It has nothing to do with the topic at hand. I'm just ironically. No, but it does come into play a little bit, so we'll discuss. Well, hello everyone, my name is Bricky, and I'm taking this video probably a little bit less seriously than you would have imagined. It's just a simple Monday vlog style video. I'm playing on Kino der Toten because with a terrible ass German accent that I can never pull off, because it's a fun map and it's nostalgic. I thought it'd be kind of fun to play a little bit more of a lighthearted thing during a video like this, so that's what I'm doing today. I have a very fun little whiteboard over there in the front of my door. It's gonna be kind of nice to use when I get roommates and stuff. Can be like, hey, I'm streaming. I just write streaming on the whiteboard so no one comes to disturb me. It's a nice touch, actually. I suggest if any of you have like any kind of work that involves soundproofing or any kind of video work, I suggest getting something like that for the room or office or studio, whatever you use, because then you can just write down that along with different things like your agenda for the day, or perhaps like, oh, you know, I got somebody, I got a dinner plan or something. You'd be like, hey, I got dinner plans at 5:00 p.m., you know, bullshit like that. It's a good addition. So I'm making this video for a very simple fact. People have asked me a lot about what I think about the whole new YouTube thing or what's going on with YouTube, and I'm just talking about it and giving you my opinion and discussion on the whole thing. You know, I don't have any major like crazy game-changing comments to happen or to create about the whole thing. It's basically just me telling you like my thought process on the whole thing. And I mean, most of you know what's going on. Let's be perfectly honest. Every YouTuber I know, or any big YouTuber that's, you know, does talk about this kind of stuff has made a video on it already. So I don't really need to make a video. I'm just making it because it's a Monday vlog. Monday vlogs discuss like what's going on with me, what's going on with my channel, and people have been asking me a lot about the whole YouTube changes and things like that recently. So I felt like, oh, this is a good time to go ahead and do it. So if you don't know about what's going on, basically there's a lot of things going on, honestly. There's always been a lot of shit. There's talk about how some people are being unsubbed from YouTube because like they haven't watched their videos in a while, so they're considered inactive, or even if they are watching their videos in like more recently, they're still getting unsubbed from the channel just randomly. Like I have had a couple of people come to me and be like, hey Bricky, I watched most of your stuff. Yeah, I got like unsubbed from your channel. I missed out on a whole week's of content just completely randomly. And it's always pretty disconcerting to hear that kind of stuff because like, oh, like shit, they missed out on some of my stuff. Those are views I've missed. That's a fan I've missed. Like, it's not very cool. The bigger thing being discussed though nowadays is more on the sense of a different algorithm of YouTube favoring a more actual like and comment base versus a time base. You know, back in the day it was always like or not back in the day, but like more recently it was always discussion of the whole like a 10-minute long video, which actually a 10-minute long video didn't really do a whole lot by itself. Like getting past the 10-minute mark actually didn't really matter unless you wanted to put 2 ads on your video. That was mainly the only difference. Was like, I mean, I don't know a giant fully understanding of how it works, but as far as I'm concerned, it was a combination of watch time percentage and watch time itself. So if the video was longer and people watched it for a larger portion of the time, it did better. Like, you know, a 1 minute long video didn't do as well, like, because it would get like 90% view rate, but it's only 1 minute long. Or like an hour-long video would only get like 10%, it wouldn't do as well. Like an hour-long video with like 40% was like the shit. That was like, holy shit, that's a lot. Because that means like every single person is watching 40% of an hour-long video. That's a ton of time. So that's what YouTube was kind of looking for at the end. At least that's what I remember. The whole 10-minute thing was if you hit 10 minutes, you could put a mid-roll ad on the video so you could double up on your ad revenue and stuff like that. I never really did it because a lot of times if you did that, people would like stop watching because there's an advertisement in the middle of the video, and because it just kind of broke focus for me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it, you know. I mean, that's just the way YouTube works. It's making money. That's how it works. But at the same time, I didn't do it because I felt like it would like alienate an audience a little bit, so I just never put a mid-roll ad into my videos. I may like for some like different series, like maybe like a Fireside Brick, because it's just so fucking long and not a whole lot of people watch it, so it might like work out better, but I haven't yet. We'll see. Apparently it switched to a more like views and comments based thing, which I mean, I think what it was beforehand, which actually caused a huge problem with clickbaiting and stuff like that, because, you know, they would come, or not clickbaiting, well, a little bit clickbaiting, but more so like asking for likes, because asking for likes would bump up your percentage on the whole YouTube thing and really like maybe stick out more, so it get recommended more often. That's why all the big YouTubers would ask for likes way back in the day, because that's actually what would happen. That's actually how you would increase your fan base. Not just kind of like an ego boost, but actually made a difference. Though as of recently, or at least if you watch the more recent PewDiePie video on the topic, it was discussing things about suggested videos, and that's something very, very deep into the analytics of YouTube. You know, I check it quite often because it's just my job and everything, you know, and I mean, it's important to know where people are coming from. And suggested videos was a major portion of course, any of my actual viewage. You know, it's like all a subscription base, then homepage stuff, and then suggested and things like that. It's a very big deal, actually. It's actually quite a big deal. What he was noticing was a very, very heavy decrease in suggested viewing of those specific videos as of recently. That was mainly the whole reasoning for it. People have also specifically been seeing a large change in actual view amounts. Like, they're just getting fewer views than normal. And they don't quite know entirely why, which is a little bit scary. You know, people who like make this a living is like, hey, viewing is dropping. Like, what is the reason? Why is it? Let's find out why. Small side note, man, Kino's such a great map. I love this map. It's very fun. I hate those fucking crawler things, but it's so classic. So that's what's been going on. I've told you like what's been happening and everything like that. That's like that's the general gist, I guess. I'm simplifying it pretty hard, but that's the general gist of what's been going on as of recently. And so I guess what I want to talk about is the fact like how it's affecting my channel and things like that. And I have seen a decrease in overall views. I have seen that my overall viewing rate has dropped a bit. However, my more recent video viewage rate does not seem to have dropped very much. So like when I upload a video and stuff, the amount of views I get on said video do not seem to change a huge amount. I don't know, like, I mean, it's not like, I think it's changed like a little bit, but it's difference between like 1,000 views, give or take, which at my stage is still something, but it's not as big as it used to be, you know? However, the overall viewage rate does seem to have changed. That could be because I'm getting fewer views on prior videos, like other ones I used to make, you know, So You Wanna Mains, other major series, One Trick Guide, shit like that. Maybe those definitely getting like fewer views, maybe that could be a case. Or it could be the fact that if the YouTube algorithm like that has changed to prefer more likes and comments and shit like that, when a video comes out, it gets a shitload of likes and comments in the beginning, and then it tapers off very heavily later on. It's just kind of the nature of a video, you know, because it's not your subscriptions that are watching, coming in and commenting, it's people either rewatching it, so there's no point in doing it again, or randoms that might click on and click off immediately. They don't have as much of an influence into the video. However, when it comes to actual video traffic sources, where the videos are actually coming from and things like that, like the suggested page subscriptions and shit like that, I have seen almost no change. And I've also seen a very small change in actual subscription subscriptions gained per day. So the whole idea of suggested viewing page and things like that, where the views are coming from, I've seen a very small change in that specific analytic. I don't seem to have a huge difference in that. Maybe because my channel size is different. Maybe because I'm running more of a series style videos sometimes. Like, maybe it's different for the videos I'm making right now. But for the videos like So You Wanted Mains and stuff that are actual series, maybe they're not being affected as much perhaps. I'm seeing less of a difference in that. And the overall view rate difference that I'm seeing is not that excessive. The change is not very huge. Basically, what I'm trying to say to you is my channel is not sustaining a huge amount of problems. That simply put, my channel is not sustaining a huge amount. It could be because I'm like a I go with mid. A mid-range YouTuber. 300K is not massive. It's not tiny either, but it's like in between personally. God, I fucking hate this weapon, but I don't want to use the FAL. I've gotten the Dragunov 3 times this box. 3 separate times I've gotten the Dragunov. And it's garbage. Every fucking time. However, it does seem to be taking a decent toll on smaller YouTubers and larger YouTubers, which is very strange they'd be back and forth like that. It seems like, because as a very small YouTuber, like in like the thousands range of 10,000, or even in the 10,000s range, most of your views come from suggestions, because that's how you build up a channel. When you can build up a channel and build up a fan base, then you can rely more on your subscriptions, like I can do. Like, I have a loyal fan base that can come and watch my videos, and it's super awesome. If I want to get new people in here, I use like suggested tabs. As a smaller one, you want to use like suggested tabs and shit like that. As a larger YouTube, like in the multi-millions maybe, they're probably more worried about the actual people not seeing their subscription. Because then if suggested pages go away and subscriptions get lost as well, then they're left with practically nothing. And that's extremely difficult for a channel very large like that. Now, as scary and spooky as this might be for many other YouTubers, less myself, like I said, because I don't seem to be affected as much. At least I may not have noticed me being affected as much. Maybe tomorrow, like, I notice a massive change, and I'm like, oh, fucking shit. But overall, for everyone else, like, it seems a little bit YouTube routine to me. Now, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying that we should just kind of, like, whatever the whole thing. But YouTube has had a million kinds of like big doomsday moments of their channel. Originally it was copyright problems, then it became things like oh god, what was after that? Well, it's clickbait originally. Clickbait was the big one. Then it came to copyright problems and reaction videos and shit like that, and the whole fair use thing. And now then it became unsubbing, and now it's a YouTube algorithm thing again. The more disappointing thing is the fact that they don't seem to say anything. They keep saying this is not us. We didn't do anything. It's skeptical because as the owners of the company, either it's a glitch that's causing major fucking issues, or they're actually doing something and they're not being honest. And that's kind of a little scary fact because, well, it's a scary fact. I've said it a million times over again. I am a huge proponent of don't bite the hand that feeds you. YouTube pays my bills, along with Twitch and sponsorships and things like that. That is an important part of my life. If I don't like doing the whole thing where I might like go ahead and lose my mind and start cursing out YouTube because they pay my bills. They're a big company. They can do things. I don't like, you know, pissing off the people who put food on my table, you know? Now, this is, of course, why I have different, like, hands in different pies, as I like to call it. Twitch is one of them. You know, I have a stream. I have dedicated viewers and subs on the stream. It's very good. I have sponsorships. You know, I've been sponsored by Loot Crates for quite a long time now. They are also very good for me as well. It's good backups. It's good to have backups like this. And, I mean, if shit gets really, really, really bad, I might just need to make a Patreon or something like that, and hopefully that'll help me sustain myself for the missing revenue. Hopefully. That would be the whole idea, pretty much. I'm hoping I never have to get to that stage, though. I mean, I tried Patreon a long time ago, and it didn't really work out for me, so I just kind of ended it in just in YouTube only, and YouTube and Twitch, and it worked out. It ended up working out, but I don't want to have to rely on Patreon, but if, like, I really have to, then I really have to. The main thing is that there have been many, many doomsday moments for YouTube, like I mentioned earlier, and it's ended up meaning nothing. Everyone on the website freaks the fuck out for like about a month or so, and then either YouTube does something, or we realize it's not as bad, and it was just like a small glitch, or it really just wasn't that bad, and everyone goes back to their merry little way. That's just how it seems to go most of the time. This seems to have a little bit larger of an impact than I expected it to originally. And so this may prompt them to do more things, especially with Twitch as a major competitor coming out of the woodworks right now. Twitch itself is a powerhouse growing excessively and is quite spooky to YouTube. It's a competitor. It probably scares the shit out of YouTube. Twitch just existence in general. At the moment, at this current major moment, the best thing, if you're asking for anyone, whether it be other YouTubers, streamers, or anything, or specifically YouTubers, I mean, is just to go and click on that little bell, basically. Click on that little bell next to the subscribe button on their channel that says, notify me every time this person uploads a content, something like that. Or follow them on Twitter. Twitter's probably even better than that. Honestly, like, because we tweet out videos we produce. So, shameless, I'm just gonna fucking shamelessly plug right now, like, if you are having a sub problem, if you want to make sure you see everything, follow me on Twitter. That's the best way, or press the little bell over on that little button. That's the best way I can think about it. Other than that, we're kind of just stuck, and we have to wait and see what YouTube says, because until they do something like that, we're kind of gonna have to sit here. I'm okay. You don't need to worry about me if you were worried about me and YouTube and everything like that. I'm still making content, I'm still enjoying myself, and overall, it's working out for me. But for everyone else who's having problems, and you want to go support them, I just told you how just recently, Twitter or the bell. So that's kind of what's going on with YouTube. It's my take on YouTube. I think that it might not be as bad as it seems because we've had doomsday moments before and everything's worked out almost every time. So I'm hoping it's just another doomsday moment that works out. If it's not, oh dear. Twitch and loot crates. Hey, you know. Anyway, mine's Brick York. Thank you for watching this Monday vlog. I appreciate it. Throughout this week, I'll have a P.O. Box opening tomorrow, a new one-trick guide for Overwatch, and a few other videos along the line. So thank you very much, and I hope this may have cleared up any of my personal mindset on the idea and the whole YouTube thing recently. Okay, bye-bye.